All right, in this exercise, we're going to do 2-4-8. It's a muscle failure exercise. All you got to do is just follow the video. It's pretty simple. We go 2 counts on the right hand and the left hand. Here, it's demonstrated at 80 beats per minute. And then the next set is for 4 counts, right hand and left hand, as he demonstrates in this video. And then the last set is going to, or the last rep is going to go up to 8 counts. All 16th notes, by the way. You do it on your left hand, and then that's the end of the exercise. Pretty simple, right? You don't need no sheet music for this. Now, right now, we're at 80 beats per minute. If you're like a beginner, like a very beginner to maybe 1 or 2 years into the game, you could try this at 80 beats per minute. But if you're struggling at 80, don't be afraid to drop that tempo down to 70, 65, maybe even 60. You know, we all got to start somewhere, then you can build yourself up. Most likely, at this tempo, it's because you don't have the technique fully honed in. Most people that start as a beginner drummer, it takes a couple of months to really get the techniques down. If you got the proper teacher to teach you the shit correctly. If not, then good luck with that. Because there's a lot of bullshit on the internet. People gonna tell you to use more wrists and just fuck the other techniques and just groove, baby, groove. That's all they care about. You know, play a basic groove on the kit. If you're a rudimental drummer, all you got to do is 8 on the hand. Just do that for a few months, and then we'll talk about doing maybe 1 or 2 rudiments. If you got the right teacher to teach you how to do this shit the correct way, teach you how to do traditional grip the right way, match grip the right way, you know, you can get this down in a matter of a couple of months, max. You do this at 80 beats per minute now. Right now, we at 85 beats per minute. But for all my beginners, that's a little more beginner advanced, getting into the intermediate level, this will be about your range right here. You probably struggle with this a little bit, but it's all good. As long as you're utilizing your playing techniques correctly, you can get through 85. I believe in you. Maybe nobody else will, but I believe in you. Your favorite supervillain in the drum world believes in you more than your heroes do. Cause you know they think you're trash and they think you suck. I don't think so. I believe in you. Keep pushing. All right. If you can't do 85, don't sweat it. You'll be able to do 85 in no time. Like I said, as long as you got the right teachers, you know, you're following the directions correctly. If you're self-taught, you know, as long as you find videos on the internet that gives you good information, which unfortunately there isn't too many videos out there that does, because, you know, they serve you some bullshit. They may be good at drumming, but then they tell you to do something that they don't even do themselves. So, yeah, find the right teacher, and you'll be able to do 80, 85 beats per minute with this in no time. Finger control technique is what Jabril Malik in this video is using right now as we go ahead and do 90 beats per minute with the tempo. BPM means tempo, all right? You hear the click, the metronome in the background. He is following the metronome. Matter of fact, all musicians should be following a metronome. Otherwise, you'd be off beat, off rhythm, off time, all that stuff. If you got timing issues, metronome is your number one best friend to fix that shit. And right now, he's a little off the clicks, but, you know, I ain't gonna get him on too much because the internet already cooks him enough on the internet. The internet cooks him enough on the internet over some little petty ass shit like, ew, he's off by 0.001 off the BPM, so he's really bad at drumming. Yeah, they don't got no videos. Yet they claim they've been playing for 20 years. I want to see some damn videos. If you're going to talk shit on the internet, at least post a video. So then we can all go to your videos and criticize your bullshit. That's fair game to me, you know. I may be a supervillain, but I like being fair. You know, I ain't going to pick on the little guy. I only like bullying the bullies. And if that makes me a bully, then so be it. Sometimes I may have to get bullied a little bit. You know, I got a little bit of an ego as well, you know. It's all right to have an ego as long as you know how to control it. Right? And as long as you ain't afraid to be humbled, then you good. But, you know, most people can't handle their egos, unfortunately. I will admit, it takes a lot of strength to handle an ego. Especially if you're above average of a drummer compared to other people. You got to really be able to control yourself. Most of the time, it's the below average drummers that think they're above average that talk all this shit. So yeah, now we're counting down because we're about to do 95 beats per minute for this exercise 248. As we get more into the intermediate advanced range. I mean, if you're an advanced level drummer and you can't do 95, don't sweat it, because sometimes you just gotta hone in on your techniques. A lot of it is techniques, but sometimes it is, you know, you're gonna hit muscle failure in your forearms, and you gotta work out a little bit. But you're on the right track you're gonna accelerate your growth faster than you probably normally would, because you know, you got the right information, the proper information. You know what you're supposed to be targeting when you do these type of exercises. Now, you might ask, what's the point of going faster and playing faster? Because, you know, people always ask that dumb shit. I'll answer it for you. Because, you know, they say there's no such thing as a dumb question. I would say a dumb question is when somebody's trying to be an asshole, when they know the answer to that question already. Now, the reason we play faster or want to practice playing fast is to help build up your technique, help build up your muscle, your endurance, all of that stuff. Because drumming isn't just, you know, you're not just doing music, right? It's also very physically demanding. So you got to be physically strong enough to handle it, all right? That's why we do this. All you lazy fucks out there that don't want to work out your chops and then wonder why it takes you 10, 15 months just to get a little bit better. It's because you don't put in the effort. You don't put in the work. So that's why you're trash. I won't say that. So let's deduct that. That's why you're struggling. So, and then the other reasons is, you know, there's not a lot of very good teachers out there. I ain't even gonna lie. But it is what it is. All right, you got to work with what you got. And on top of that, sometimes free information isn't always good. Sometimes cheap drum lessons, you get what you paid for if you're trying to get a drum lesson for $5 an hour or for free. All right, you get what you paid for. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want some drum lessons with my boy Jabril Malik here, he's a really, really excellent teacher. He won't say it, but I'll say it. He's a great teacher. You know, everybody wants to try to cook him in the comment section and tell him that, you know, he needs the experience. He needs 15 years of grad school just to teach percussion. Man, this guy has been playing for 29 years now, which is older than a lot of you watching this damn video, right? 29 years. And, you know, half of them years he's been teaching drums. So just all that experience alone should qualify him, right? Did he march DCI? No, because that shit is expensive as fuck. Like, who is paying $5,000 to $7,000 for a summer to march? That shit is insane. It was insane. The prices were pretty crazy high 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and now it's like even crazier. So don't fault anybody that doesn't march DCI, because there's a lot of reasons why, you know, we don't march it. It's not to say we don't want to. It's just expensive as fuck. Just one of many reasons out there, but that doesn't mean that, you know, outsiders can't play at the level of DCI. You know, so cut him some slack, man. He's marched the HBCU drumline. And nowadays he plays on the snare drum because it's fun, it's fulfilling, and you know, you get paid for it. It's the internet nowadays. So I don't know, man. Y'all, the internet is just ruthless. So you need people like me to balance out the ruthlessness, at least in the drum world. You know, because nobody else is going to defend him, so I got to defend him. Nobody's going to defend me, but that's all right, because I've been a one-man army, well, two-man army, because I'm technically an alter ego. We're alter egos of each other, right? If you're tired of having some weak-ass chops, struggling with drum speed, endurance, power, all of that stuff, I highly suggest that you join the Super Drummers Boot Camp. My flagship program is designed to help people like you and all of those out there that are struggling with technique, struggling to figure out how to boost their drum speed, endurance, break through their plateau, all of that stuff. The link is in the description.